Today on Critics Talk, we're reviewing Season 3 on Netflix's Daredevil. The critics will review and recap Halloween 2018.
And more Deadpool coming to us this year.
Stay tuned. Welcome to Critics Talk, episode 37.
37.
Yeah, man, we back. Smigs, Clep, you already know what it is. Critics Talk. We back for another epic episode
37?
where we recap. Yeah, man.
In a row?
In a row, bro. We out here working.
Shout out to Kevin Smith.
Oh, shoot. I just got it, son. Yo, so like we usually do, we over here just recapping some of the biggest news and entertainment in the last week or so.
Yeah, man.
We gonna recap some of the TV shows we've been watching.
We do. A lot of them.
We review some of these movies as well, man. How you doing, Clef?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Been consuming a lot of television.
For real?
I still got a lot of movies I gotta go see to go check
reals?
out. Yeah, but I've been consuming a lot of TV. It's been crazy.
Shit, man. Why don't you
It's been
just
crazy.
tell me what you're watching?
Let's see. I mean, we talked about it. I passed through The Haunting of Hill House. I saw that.
I got that. I watched that. I want to talk about that in a little bit, though.
I did Daredevil season 3.
Ooh, me
Which
too,
was
son.
amazing.
Season
That was cool.
3, son. I love it.
And then I also wrapped up Sabrina, the new Sabrina.
Yo,
Chilling
Chilling
adventures of Sabrina. Let's get that
Do
right.
they call her a teenage witch at all?
There's reference in it.
Okay,
There's reference.
so this is the Chilling Adventures. They want to set that really apart from what once was.
Well, it's not even that. It was a new comic book series that started, I think, 2014. They retitled the comic to The Chilling Adventures. It's a little more grown up, a little more darker, kind of like what they did with Riverdale.
Okay. Same producers.
Yep. So, and they also did the same thing with their comic. That's why the series is following the way it's following, because they rebranded the image of the characters. So now they're a little more grown up and darker.
Word,
So
I like that.
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It was a fun ride. I liked it.
Word, I can't wait to dip into that one.
Yeah.
But what else, Clap, man? You've been watching all this stuff.
I mean, it's October, so I've been going back to the classics, the horror classics. Last night I watched Misery.
Misery was the first Stephen King book I read.
Oh, really?
And it was epic.
See, I've never been a book guy, only comic books, but I've never. So did you see the movie too?
I watched the movie after the
There's
fact.
differences,
Yes.
right? I heard there were a lot of differences.
So this was like high school, bro. I've been out of high school for a minute. Mix is
Wait, they made you read that in high school?
I read it in high school.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of your classes.
No. I did this for fun because geeks. And, so yeah, I read this for fun, and then someone told me, yo, there's a movie. I was like, what? I gotta watch this. But I watched it. I thought the movie was great too. Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Who is it? Kathy.
Not Michael Caine. James Caan.
James Caan.
Yeah.
What the fuck? James Caan and what's her face?
Kathy Bates.
Bates.
Who's on AHS right now.
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I haven't been watching American Horror Story this year.
Me neither.
That's not because it's not because I don't want to, just because there's too much stuff going on.
Yeah, it's too much stuff to consume, and a show like that is the type of show you got to really dive into.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't have the brain cells to dive into anything new right now. I got so much content in my head that I can't dive into that. I haven't even watched my favorite show this year,
Which is
How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh,
that's
okay.
like one of my favorite TV shows, and I haven't even started this season yet.
Yeah, man. There's tons of stuff out there that I haven't been able to watch, not because I don't want to. It's just I just don't have the time to keep up with everything,
Or the
man.
brain
I'm out
capacity.
here. Yeah, I'm out here like keeping up and trying to stay above water, but I'm drowning. I'm drowning. So much stuff, man. Like just like you, I watched Daredevil season 3. Shout out to Netflix for that.
Mm-hmm.
I watched The Haunting on Hill House. That
Yep.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Netflix. And I've been dabbling in this new show they got. It's called Haunted or
The Haunting.
Haunted.
The Haunted.
And
or
it's
Haunting,
it's
something
kind of
like that.
cool. It's a cool idea. Have you watched it, Clem?
No, I didn't watch. So I almost started it, but then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really a fan of the supernatural stuff, anyways.
Yeah.
And I just came off the Haunting of Hill House clearly off of curiosity, and I thought they did it well. I wasn't ready for a letdown. So
All right, so let me
it.
tell you what Haunted is, just so you know, because somebody mentioned this show to me, and I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And so first of all, it's on Netflix, available right now, all episodes.
Okay.
Right?
How
for
many?
the critics out there. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the whole list.
Okay.
I only, I just pressed play on the first episode.
Yeah.
I watched episode 1 and 2. The Haunted is kind of like it's like a documentary series
Really?
/ reenactments. So they bring these people together, people whose all these supernatural stuff had happened to. You know what I mean? Them and their family and their closest friends, they sit them in a room, round table. They share their stories of, the crazy stuff they lived through.
Okay.
And at the same time, there's a little reenactment going on of everything. They're quick, bite-sized, 30-minute episodes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting. So I want to recommend the Haunted for people.
That sounds interesting. Like, cause I'm over like the whole movie storyline, like scripted. So this is kind of scripted, but it's like based on true events.
It's based on the people that like it happened to, and they're right there telling you their
are
story.
These real people, or
these are real people.
Okay, so the whole thing's not like scripted.
No, it tells you these stories are based on real events.
Cool.
And these are the real people it happened to.
That I might check out.
Yes.
You know what? I might check that out tonight.
Yes, I watched 2 of them. And they're both. The first one was a lot better than the second one, but that's all right. That's all right. The second one wasn't bad at all. They just swerved me with it.
Okay.
Because they start the story, and it's a woman telling the story how like her and her sister grew up with crazy ass parents, which happened to be the dad happened to be a serial killer.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's not all, Klep. There's some supernatural stuff that happens too. So I thought her Haunted story was like
slasher.
The slasher, but it wasn't. It was like stuff going on around the house.
Sounds like Amityville.
I thought it was Amityville at first, but it wasn't. The dad was just a psychopath.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, The Haunted, man. It's on Netflix right now. You can binge it just like we like to binge it. So, shout out to that. Klep, what do you want to talk about, bro? You want to talk about Sabrina? Want to talk about Daredevil?
Wait, before we get into the actual show, I got to let you know something. I dove back in.
What up?
And now I think I'm kind of hooked again.
Tell me.
I started The Flash.
Okay.
But I skipped the last season because I didn't go back. I just was poking around on, DirecTV app, and I saw Flash was there, and the first 2 episodes of the season were up there.
Yes, they are.
So I said, let me click this. And it wasn't hard to jump back in. I followed along what was going on. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of intrigued.
Are you?
With the daughter and all that. Are you familiar?
I am. I've watched, I think I'm maybe 1 or 2 episodes behind. No, I think I'm 1 episode behind.
I was kind of intrigued. I was like,
I'm not, because I can see where it's going, bro.
Well, you've been watching it, so I can see the letdown.
No, but it's not even that. It's just like, what happens to Flash every year? New person comes in, they take him in, and what happens? They've been lying to them the entire time. I'm not saying this isn't their daughter. I'm saying that there's something else going on as well.
So what episode did you see last? Because I saw...
What episode did I see last? Well, they're introducing, what's-his-face, Cicada. So I think the second episode of that, when they brought in Sherlock Wells.
So you saw her secret then?
No, I don't think I have.
Why she came there in the first place?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she just spoilers. She just wants to reconnect with the dad because he's been missing.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm feeling.
You think there's more to that?
Oh, absolutely. Because when when Sherlock Wells calls her out, she makes a face. Yeah, man. Listen, these superhero shows are great over on the CW. I don't doubt it. They're great shows. But they cannot touch what Netflix and Marvel is doing.
Listen, nothing.
You know what I mean?
That's not a whole
let's recap real quick because we haven't talked about it, Clef.
Okay.
We have 2 defenders that are down right now.
Yeah, no, the last time we were talking, we were only talking about one.
We got that Thanos snap.
Yeah.
We got a perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Out of the 4, only 2 remain.
You know what? And that
for now,
it honestly doesn't even bother me. Like, a lot of people are taking this to heart, but we got Daredevil, which is doing great.
Yeah.
And I have some things to share about Daredevil too.
We gonna talk about.
But I don't think it's a bad thing that they X'd Iron Fist and Luke Cage out, because Marvel just always wants to stay fresh. What would happen if they did, the Walking Dead thing? I don't want to see 9 seasons of Luke Cage, 5 episodes of Iron Fist. There's not even that many stories to tell.
Yeah.
Pure, fresh, original, interesting stories. You know what I mean? So I say out with these guys. They've had a good run. Let's bring in some new heroes.
Nah. I disagree. I say let's keep these guys, right? But let's rebrand it. Okay. I don't want to see Iron Fist season 3. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see Luke Cage season 2, 3, 4. No,
3.
Season 3. I want to see season 1 of Heroes for Hire. Combine these 2 guys. Mm-hmm. Give me a limited series of Daughters of the Dragon. Just give me 6 episodes. That's all I ask, bro. Give me that. Rebrand. Move on. You know what I mean? I don't even think that Daredevil, Punisher, and Jessica Jones are gonna walk away scratch free. I feel like Disney might just be waiting to pull out these shows from Netflix altogether.
Yeah.
So they might just let them wrap up whatever stories they're trying to tell and move along.
I don't think Jessica's going anywhere. I don't think her show's that bad.
It wasn't.
I don't think it's that great, but I don't think it's that bad. I don't even feel like it's a superhero show. Like, Jessica Jones' show is different, and it could be marketed differently. Like, I feel like it's more of a whodunit. It's really like a private eye type of deal. She just happens to be mixed up in the superhero world, but for the most part, her powers are like basic. She doesn't do anything.
No.
We barely ever see her use her powers.
She's just strong.
Yeah, but we barely see her use her powers. We barely see that. But as far as Daredevil, let's get into it.
Yeah, man. Season 3, we find Matt Murdock in the same spot we left him after the Defenders, which is a goddamn building falling on top of him. And let's talk about how he survived, Cleb. What happened?
I mean, he got flushed through the sewage.
But how the hell did he get to the sewage? Because, like, they're already underground in a very deep hole.
Listen, let me get my problems out the way with this thing, and then we'll talk about the good stuff.
Okay, do it. Air your grievances, Festivus.
My problem with Daredevil is that it's not going anywhere, and what I mean by that is it just keeps repeating itself every season. Season 2 is different only because they brought Punisher in.
Yeah.
And let's be real, Punisher saved season 2 because it was really a Punisher storyline with Daredevil in the mix. Other than that, there wasn't really much Daredevil business going on.
No, it really drove the Hand as a big bad, and it pushed them to be the main focus in the Defenders. Yeah. That's what Daredevil season 2 did.
Yeah, and then just watching the beatings that this guy takes over and over and over, it's always like a comeback story. The movie is literally like a boxing story, no pun, you know what I mean, because of his father, but it's like he takes his severe beating throughout the first act of the series, and then he finds this, newfound knowledge of self, of who he is and who he thinks he should be, and then he triumphs over evil at the end. Same exact thing that happened in season 1. It's like the same exact thing happens in season 3, although it's interesting and it's good and there are great characters in it, and a lot of good stuff is happening. I just feel like Daredevil isn't growing.
It's a little stagnant.
Yeah, he's not growing. Daredevil himself is not growing, and everybody around him is bringing it. And he's just kind of just doing his thing, getting his ass whooped, and continues to run out there.
Okay. So anyway, homie survives out of however he survived. I think there's more to that, but I don't think we'll ever find out how it actually happened. Man, Charlie Cox is great as Daredevil.
Yeah,
I mean, he's Matt Murdock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it picks up right where we left. What was it that they give us that little after credit?
When he ends up in the church.
Yeah, was that in Defenders?
Yeah, it was at the end of Defenders.
Okay, so he ends up at the church. Go get Maggie. We all know because we geeks. Maggie's his mom's, who happened to be a nun. He don't know this though. He don't know this. They nurse him back to health, and this dude's broken, right?
Oh.
Like, he don't even want to be Matt Murdock no more. He don't even want to be Daredevil no more.
Dude, physically, emotionally, this guy is broken.
Bro, he's like suicidal.
I don't even know how this guy doesn't have like a concussion, or like he just runs back out into the streets. Like, he's bleeding from his ears and his nose, and
he's deaf from one ear.
He lost all his
he
powers.
Can't see, basically, you know, like how he would see the sonar, whatever action that he does.
Basically, his head is filled with blood and fluid, and he can't utilize his senses.
Yeah, and that leads to him getting his ass whooped a bunch of times.
Yeah, and like, I understand the grounded, you know, take and the realism, but it's like, come on, dude, like, this guy should be, he should not be alive.
Let's talk about some of the returning characters, Clef. We got Foggy Nelson is on the comeback.
Always good to have.
Never giving up on his friend Matt, regardless of what Matt tells him to do.
Eldon Henson, shout out, Mighty Duck.
We got Karen Page in the house, right?
Great.
Deborah Ann Wool. She over there. She's always, you know, doing the intrepid reporter thing.
Yeah, great having her back as well.
We got to see a little bit more of her backstory this time
which
around.
I'm happy, man, because like I said, with the Born Again storyline, like, I was just waiting for this to happen because I knew she had like a darker past. It's a little different, but
it's very different.
But I like what they did.
When they showed her partying on her episode, I thought that they were gonna show her, you know, the drug abuse.
Drug abuse, yeah.
And there was none of that. She was just a hustler.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little of that.
Yeah,
but
she used a little drugs.
It was just like more of escapism. You know what I mean? She's from a small town in Vermont. To other critics out there in Vermont, man, shout out to you guys, because I know there can't be much going on out there. But yeah, she's from Vermont, man, small family, and things are rough for her out there. And no spoilers, right? I'm not spoiling this, but you know, she needed to leave town.
Yeah.
And she did. That's how she wound up in New York. But it's some dark stuff, man.
And they kind of stayed in the lane of the Born Again storyline with Helen Page and Kingpin, because I don't know why they did that though, because Kingpin already kind of knew who Daredevil was.
Yeah.
But then he still used her to confirm.
Yeah, he did.
But he didn't really have to.
He didn't.
But I think
they just wanted to give us that moment where she felt that guilt, right?
Yeah.
For giving away his secret, and essentially.
I don't know what's up with Marvel, man. They don't like secret identities in the TV and movies no more.
Well, I mean, Daredevil still sort of has it, because only people that know him know, right? Karen, Foggy, and his biggest arch enemy.
And then someone else. Oh, Nadeem.
Nadeem dead.
Yeah, I know, but he gave it to Nadeem.
He did give it to that man.
I liked him, by the way.
Let's talk about this villains, man. Wilson Fisk is back. The Kingpin.
Finally.
He got his name back.
Finally.
Not back, but like finally using the name, the alias.
I loved his ruse. Like, I loved how he played the FBI.
Oh, it was amazing.
I was like waiting, like, come on, this is too good to be true. Something's gonna happen. I didn't expect it to happen like that, but it was good to see it unfold.
It was amazing. This dude is like a chess master.
Yeah.
Right?
From
like
jump.
He's like 8 steps ahead of everyone.
Nadeem thought it was his lucky day.
Yeah.
But he had his sights on Nadeem.
Yeah, he knew Nadeem would be the guy. Yo, it's so crazy. He even sent the two guys to be in the office.
Yeah.
Right? And then sent the guy to bring him the sandwich. To be like, yo, these dudes is in the office right now trying to get your cookies. And he's like, oh, where? I fuck this sandwich. I'm going to go get this job. All that was orchestrated.
Yeah.
Even with, like, the boss, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was in on it. Everybody was in. Yo, Kingpin is a chess master, bro.
They need to put him in Spider-Man.
Man, I would love to see Vincent D'Onofrio make the jump. Cause
if we don't get him in Spider-Man, I'm going to be really upset.
This dude has such a, like, gravitas, right? Like, the way he portrays Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, it's so unique. Like, from his speech pattern to the way he moves.
Vanessa.
To when he, like, lets go, the brutality, right?
When I was a boy.
Yo, this dude is amazing, bro. Like, what he's doing, no one else can do. And shout out to him, man. Like, get this guy an Emmy, bro.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get it, but he deserves it.
I don't think. See, this is a sad thing. I don't think we're gonna get Kingpin in Spider-Man, but we need to.
It would be great,
especially if they're gonna go Sinister Six route.
Mm-hmm.
We need that.
Yeah, he will cross over great, man. Let's talk about, although they never call him by name. Let's talk about Bullseye, boy.
Benjamin Poindexter.
Ben Poindexter,
Dex.
bro. He was on point, son.
Yeah.
Yo, I haven't been this hyped about a Marvel villain since, I want to say, the Purple Man.
I like his arrogance. I liked him.
I like the whole spiel.
Yeah,
bro.
I liked him.
His whole origin story.
The only thing I didn't like was, you know how Marvel does. They like to make you wait.
Oh yeah. Oh no, because he was, like I said, like spoilers, he's never called Bullseye, and there's a reason for that.
And he never dons the outfit either.
He never dons his outfit,
but
he dons that outfit.
Yeah, but with saying that, in the comic book series, he does take portrayal of Daredevil.
He does.
And it's even in the wiki. Like, if you look in the wiki, they say his known aliases, one of them is Daredevil. So he did that right. So, yeah. I mean, I'm just mad that we didn't get to see that.
So, I don't even want to go into full story spoilers because I want the critics to, get a chance, because I know not everyone's about that life like you and I are.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to finish the show in a week or two. You know, there's plenty of stuff to be watching out there. But I do want to say they did a great job with Poindexter's origin story, right? Like, homie.
Oh, it's pretty much close.
He's he's a broken child from an orphanage.
Very close. It's very close.
Orphanage.
The only thing is that he gets his nickname when he's a child. They didn't show that.
Well, he played for the Bullseyes. I don't know if you caught that reference.
No, I didn't catch that.
When he was getting ready for his baseball game.
Yeah, I didn't notice
the
that.
The hat had the Bullseye on it.
Yeah, I knew the logo. I saw that, but like,
that's all you need, bro.
Huh?
That's all you need. That's
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, he played for the Bullseyes. He was on point from a kid when it comes to that hand-eye coordination. You know what I mean? Man. Yo, homie's drilling a hole in the wall with a baseball.
He ricochets.
Because he keeps hitting the same spot over and over again. And when he finally gives into like his inner villain, right? And you see him grabbing anything, and he's on point with everything.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that first action scene between Matt and him when he's in the suit, and like Matt's kicking the shit out of him, right?
Yeah.
Because he's on that close combat thing.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's a little bit of space, a little bit of distance between Poindexter and Daredevil, bro, this dude, like, the fight just flips.
Yeah. Oh, nah, dude. Anything. He didn't miss. Anything.
Yeah, bro. What was your favorite fight scene this season?
I like the Office.
Okay.
Only because I just liked how we got to actually see Bullseye flex and do what he does.
Yeah.
Dude wouldn't miss. And then I do like the church one at the end.
Okay.
With him and
I'm a big fan of the jail escape.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
early in the season.
Yeah.
But shout out to Mark D, because he said, yo, I can't believe they did another hallway scene. They sort of did another hallway scene. They did the hallway scene times the jail scene from Punisher.
Mark didn't like that?
No, he loved it.
Okay.
He was like, I can't believe they did it. They did it, and they did a great job at it.
Yeah, they've been doing that since the first Daredevil season 1, when that one continuous shot in one hallway was epic.
Yeah,
and then they did it with Punisher.
They did do it with Punisher.
In season 2, and then again that. I thought they were going to do that in Defenders. They should have, when they all met for the first time.
In that elevator,
yeah,
yes.
But they didn't do it. I was like, damn.
It wasn't one long scene, but it's because it's so much more difficult to do it with an ensemble.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, you could fake it. And
yeah.
Yo, bro, I just want to point out real quick. On the low key, yo, we got like a terrific love story in this thing.
In Daredevil?
Yeah, bro. Like,
Vanessa?
the love story of Vanessa and Wilson Fisk, bro. It's so epic, bro. Like, their love knows no bound.
Yeah, she's the boss.
Bro, she holds them down.
She's the queen pin.
She is. Dead ass, she is.
Because I don't know. I was kind of like thrown because he started like making decisions based off of what she was saying.
Right.
And that's not really Kingpin, but it's
she
cool
was
to
right,
see
though.
them.
Like everything she said, it would seem like a Kingpin decision.
Yeah. But it's cool to see their dynamic and to see his motivation. He's a simple man, but he makes things complicated. You know what I mean? Just for to make her happy.
Yeah, man. But on low key, man, I'm very happy with what Marvel and Netflix did when it comes to that, because it just brings so much it just brings a lot of weight for you to relate to a character, especially when it's somebody so evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, man, we all have relationships. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, this dude's out here just getting lost in his. And you know what? She's getting lost in it with him.
Yeah.
So it's a great, epic, classy love story.
Yeah, it is.
From two evil ass people.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like I said, he's a simple man with simple needs, but he makes things complicated. He's maniacal. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Now, were you happy with the story this year when it comes to like, okay, Wilson Fisk is making his grand escape from jail, which I thought was great, and then Matt Murdock, taking that mantle back, right? Because like early in the season, he's pretty much like, I'm done being Matt. I will only be the devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Were you happy with that? That story that was told throughout the year?
Yeah, I was happy that he went back to being normal Matt Murdock / Daredevil. I was not, however, happy about Wilson Fisk going back to prison.
No.
I want this guy to be Kingpin. Like, he needs to be out orchestrating chaos.
Yeah. You don't feel like he can be Kingpin from behind bars? Because
Yeah,
I feel like he can.
Listen, I'm going back to the Spider-Man 90s cartoon.
Okay.
When we had Kingpin in his little skyrise.
Yeah.
And, he's floating around in his floating chair. And, he's orchestrating things.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm looking for. I want him back on the street in his high rise doing what he does. Remember Clark Duncan?
Yeah.
Doing what he does.
Calling shots.
I don't want him in prison again.
Okay.
I don't want another season of that.
I don't think we'll see him for a while.
See, that's what I mean. Like who else is Daredevil going to go against? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, it's just
Bullseye.
Yeah.
Bullseye.
So we're going to get a whole season of him going against Bullseye.
No, I'm sure they'll introduce somebody else. Maybe even Mary,
No, I think that we're gonna get more Fisk behind bars orchestrating for Bullseye to take out Daredevil. And I don't know. We'll have to see.
Man, I'm very happy with the season. You reviewed it for us.
Yeah, I did.
What you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah,
you know what? I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair because it definitely wasn't a 4X season.
No, I gave it a 3.5 just based off of being able to do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's tough on its own. It didn't, supersede what I expected, but it still delivered.
But like you said, it hasn't grown much in the 2-3 seasons that it's been out there. We hope to see more. Like, it was nice to see him back in the original Man Without Fear outfit, but we didn't even get to see him in the suit at all. Yeah, we didn't even get to see him in the suit at all this year. The red suit, the classic red suit.
Yeah, man.
I was
he went
thinking that
backwards.
maybe they were gonna do the yellow suit at one point, but I don't think that will translate great.
Yeah, I don't understand why they went backwards on that. Like, all right, whatever, man. And then what's his face he got arrested. So now how's he
gonna make his suits?
Yeah.
Shit.
Can't remember what his name is. It's weird.
Herman. I don't know.
Something like that. It's like Melvin Potter.
Melvin, yes, Melvin.
Melvin, a.k.a. Gladiator.
Gladiator. They got a quick fight scene between them, huh?
Yeah.
And he was using the sauce. You notice that?
The sauce?
The saw.
The
table saw.
The saw, that he uses.
Yeah, that's like his thing. That's his claim to fame. Yo, Clep, I'm glad you like Daredevil. I enjoyed Daredevil. I want to give the critics out there a chance to watch it. We highly recommend it.
Yep.
It's a fun, vigilante show.
It's definitely worth visiting. I mean, it's the best of the Marvel Netflix series, I think, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, by far.
So you'll get something out of it. Just if you're just gonna get the same thing that you've been already getting. If that's what you're into, you'll love it. You know?
Let's keep it Netflix.
What's up?
Talk to me about Sabrina, bro.
Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Popular in the 90s, the original. We know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Based on a comic book that came out that was linked to Archie Comics. I can't remember the name of that issue, but she's from a town next to Riverdale, which is called Greendale. She's a teenager who turns 16, and like most girls get a sweet 16. Instead, she gets full control of her powers. They changed it a little bit. Like if you want to talk about, the comparison from the older one to this one that just came out. In the original one, she got her powers at 16. In the new one, she already has her powers, but now she gets full power.
Right, because she's like half witch, half mortal,
half witch, half mortal. Her mom's mortal. Her dad was a warlock. And so where it picks up, like the whole show starts with her pretty much,
living a regular life.
She still has her power. She knows she's a witch, but the day is coming up on her birthday. She has to choose between mortal life and witch life. And if she chooses witch life, she no longer can
go to school.
Go to regular school or hang with her regular friends or her boyfriend Harvey. She has to then dedicate her life to the devil. And
oh, cool. So she gets a new boyfriend.
Pretty much, or daddy, whatever you want to call it. So I think I like the show a lot because it's a little more realistic and it's a lot darker, and it just deals with this thing in a more serious tone. It kind of feels like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ooh, don't say that because I go home and watch it today, bro. I love me some Buffy.
It's dark like that. Basically, in my review, I said that it was great. I loved it, but what makes it great is what could make it bad at the same time, because there is a lot of demon, Satan worshiping talk, and I get it. It's for the show, but really heavily religious people would probably not want their child watching this show.
I don't think it's for kids.
It's not for adults.
Yeah, you're right. It's for like teenagers,
it's
late
like that
teenagers,
16 and up type deal. But I mean, like, it's down to a T too. Like there'll be things like when you're like, when you're sitting there, you're like, oh my God. They'll be like, oh my Satan.
Satan.
Oh my devil. Like it's like there, dude.
Wow.
Like it's really.
Is it funny though? Like, do they mean it comedically?
I find myself laughing at it, but I don't think they're doing it for the laugh. I think they're just doing it to kind of.
I think if you're laughing at it, it's because they're doing it for the laugh.
If you're laughing, you get it. If you're laughing at it, you're like, oh, I get it. And most of the time, you won't catch it till after you heard it, and you're like, oh, that was I get it. That's silly.
Yo, what's good with her familiar? She still has a cat.
Okay, so she still has a familiar, but I love this dynamic. I love the fact that the cat doesn't talk.
Oh.
She just can understand its meows. So it's a real cat, a real black cat, follows her around, does whatever. His name is Salem.
We don't get the words from him.
No, we don't get any
that's
words.
good. That's a good choice.
It's good. It plays very well. Like there's nothing corny about it at all. I really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, like I said, they do refer to to him as the false god.
Oh shit! How long is it? Like how many episodes? How long is each episode? Talk to me, Club.
There's 10 episodes and they're an hour each.
Oh, okay. I thought they would be half an hour, but
no, it's not hour. It's about a solid hour. It's good, man. It's really good. Right away they waste no time to let you know that it's connected to Riverdale. They name drop the town like 3 times.
Okay.
They also there's a cameo
from one of the characters from Riverdale.
No major characters, but there is a character that shows up from Riverdale.
That's good enough.
In the series.
That's good enough because it tells you right there and then that, hey, there's a possibility that in the future these shows can interconnect.
And we talked about my prediction, how they might do it. I believe that they'll either save it for a special Halloween episode.
Yes, or
someone will die.
No. Say who you say was gonna die, son.
I think Archie will die, and Sabrina will bring him back.
I love it
because Archie dies in the comic.
Yo, I love when Klep goes like full fanfic and just makes his own stories.
That's my prediction.
Oh, you said zombies too, right?
Yeah, because zombies are popular right now, and I think they'll probably do like a special zombie episode, and Sabrina will have to go to Riverdale or some shit like that. It'll be crazy. So,
Klep, what would you rate this first season, and would you want to see more of it?
Absolutely, will want to see more. I give it a 3.5. That's me watchable and more. So like I can rewatch it. I went back to it twice already, so it's watchable. I wouldn't give it a 4. It's not. You know what I mean? It's still teeny.
It's not that special.
Yeah, it's teeny bopper stuff. There's a lot of what's that, mellow teen drama type shit.
But CW, what they make their money on.
But done smart, because it doesn't rely on. A lot of Sabrina's motivations revolve around her relationship with Harvey, but more or less with her friends and her life. Not just it's not just a love story, but it is a big part of her motivation. You know what
How's like the girl portraying Sabrina? Because I mean, we grew up with Melissa Joan Hart. You know what I mean? She was America's sweetheart at the time. So like she was more of the good witch. Is this what Sabrina is these days? Like, is she still that good witch? And is the new girl believable as Sabrina?
This girl, what's her name? Kiernan Shipka is her name. I've never seen her before this, and I honestly believe she was born for this role.
Oh, okay.
She has the same charm and wit that Melissa Joan Hart brought to the table, and she's still lovable and likable just like her. She just has a darker tone. Is there like a creepiness to her? No, I don't think so. Somebody else said that she looked creepy, and I don't see that at all. Like, I see the same lovable girl because she has the kind heart. She's like a good girl caught up in this whole Wicca lifestyle. Yeah, and she's just trying to find her way. You still fall in love with her. You're like, oh, she's adorable. Like, I think she fits the role perfect. If you notice, when you watch the show, she kind of is like brighter than everything else around her. She's pale skinned. She has the blonde hair, and everyone else around her has darker hair. And it's kind of weird. Like, you notice that right off rip. She kind of
glows,
stands out,
pops.
Yeah, she stands out. And the only other character that's kind of like her is her aunt, her aunt Hilda, who also has blonde hair.
Okay.
But everybody else around them has darker hair, and they're kind of less nice.
Shout out to Netflix, man. They did a great job this Halloween season providing us with tons to watch. And I'm glad they brought something like this, an established franchise like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and made it, something millennials will want to see.
Yeah,
made it something popular, made it something a little darker than expected, and gave us a great show from it.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great, especially for Halloween time. I recommend the family get the kids together, cuddle around.
Even
Halloween
though they talk
night.
about Hell Satan and false gods.
Like I said, it's not for everyone of all ages. I wouldn't say, hey, put your 12-year-old in front of the TV and say, watch this by yourself. But you know what I mean? It's good. And not even 12. Let me say like 11, 10 or 11. 12's a little old.
Well, listen, this teenage-y thing, it's not the thing what floats your boat. You can always watch what I watch, which was The Haunting on Hill House. I know we spoke about it last episode with Almega. Shout out to Almega and the Comics Crusaders. But I finished the season, man. I finished it, and it was great. I really enjoyed what they did with it. Klep, have you watched the show? You said you have, right?
Oh, yeah, I have.
So
first day. I
really enjoy the approach they took. They really gave everybody in the family it's their own episode explaining, their motivations and their the thing that made them change, right? That crazy moment that basically knocked their whole life out of whack, right? And most of them experienced it when they were young. Except for, for the mom and the dad and all that. But like it could really, you could really see the ripples effect throughout the years and how it affected them.
Yeah.
And actually, the house, bro. The house was amazing.
Yeah.
the character that they gave the house.
It looked like the Haunted Mansion with
It
Eddie
did.
Murphy.
But like not only that, but like they really made the house into a character. Like there's so many things that they just give you with no payoff. Like they don't want to give you a payoff. Like if you pay attention, because I saw a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
If you pay attention when you're in the house, the scenes in the house, there's a bunch of Easter eggs. And by Easter eggs, I mean ghosts.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ghosts just hiding in plain sight.
Yep.
That moments that you're like, yo, what is that old creepy dude doing in the background?
Yeah.
A bunch of moments like that.
Especially the people working on the house.
Yeah, bro.
I won't say anyone specific, but I didn't catch that.
There's a bunch of them.
Until he told his son about it. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I do.
And he's like, the whole time you were seeing things you didn't
even know.
You didn't even realize it. So a lot of things that you're going to be seeing that's happening in this movie or the show, they're not even really happening. They're just
yeah, and also, bro, I subscribe to a one theory that they paint in the show, right? It's like time is not what we believe in, right? Like time, everybody, well, not everybody, but like people see time as a legit start and a legit end, and that's not what time is. That's just our way of comprehending it, right?
Yeah.
Like, man, come on now. We've seen what's that movie, Interstellar? We've seen Interstellar. You know what happens to time once you leave Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like shit just moves differently.
Yep.
So like, you know what? Let's not even get super sci-fi with it. But I love what they did with that.
Yeah, with especially with Shirley.
Yeah, how they wrapped everything up.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
I love the show. I hope it comes back for another season. Although I can see how it would be pretty hard for them to do it, because this storyline really wraps itself up pretty good.
I also like what they did with Nell.
Yeah, Nell was great. Nell.
Never saw that coming.
The two twins, they were great.
Never saw that coming at all.
The rest of the family too, you know, like Shirley, right? I'm a fixer. Like, bro, these are moments, like little moments in life can affect you in such a way that it could really drive you for the rest of your life. And they show a lot of those moments for these kids. And it's great. It's great. It shows the real life trauma. It shows the supernatural trauma they also experience. And like I said, they made the house into a character, which, man, I would love to see more stories set there.
So different family.
Different family, maybe in the past. Maybe you got to go back, right? Because I don't see them going forward.
Yeah, I think they'll do a different family. And if they did do the same people, then they got to do it like American Horror Story and just keep the same faces but different characters.
That could be interesting.
Like different generations, different.
Gleb, we didn't do a review for this show.
No,
let's
no.
do that right now. What would you rate it? What's your personal rating for The Haunting on Hill House? Because to me, it's gonna be very high, bro.
Yeah, it would be very high to me too.
4.
I would give it a 4.
I would give it a 4.
I would definitely give it a 4, especially during this time.
Yes.
Even just for a horror thing,
it is perfect.
It's a 4. It's definitely a 4. I watched this thing by myself after midnight in the dark, and I didn't stop.
Yes.
Now, I'm not usually the one to set myself up and do that, but for this show, I wanted to be scared. I wanted to be.
Did it get you a few times?
Yeah, there was a lot of time, and it's very creepy and very slow. It takes its time, and I think you can do that when it's like a series.
Yeah,
you can't do that in a movie because a movie you got an hour and a half to 2 hours to grab the audience and get them out. It took its time. You wanted to know what was going to happen. The little tidbits, like you're saying, like where you see things in the background that you didn't even notice were there. Like, I just thought it worked. It creeped me the fuck out.
It's a slow burn, but it's worth it.
It creeped me the fuck out.
It really is.
And everybody that I've told about this show and put them onto, they love it too. So, yeah, 4 from me.
4 as well. Yeah. Hey, for all the critics out there, man, if you're trying to find out, you know, what's the best movie out in theaters right now?
Hold on, wait. But before we go, I gotta give a shout out because it took me a while to even recognize who this person was in the show.
Who that?
The guy who plays the dad, the young dad.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Do you know who that is?
Nah, who that?
That is the iconic Elliot from E.T.
Oh, shoot.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And no one's talking about Henry Thomas. Shout out to Henry Thomas because he's back, and it's good to see him working because I haven't seen this guy in a long time. I'm sure he's been doing other things, but this is probably the first time he's been on my radar since E.T., since I was a kid. And for the longest, I'm watching this show, and I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. I don't know who he is. I couldn't think about it, and I'm just like, so I just looked it up, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Henry Thomas from E.T., kid. E.T.
Yo, Clef is so happy right now.
I'm bugging out right now. Like, yeah, it's good to see that. Like, shout out to him, man.
Yo, but shout out to the critics. That's what I was about to do, man. If you guys need a little guidance, you want a little recommendations, or you're just wondering if the movie in the theater right now is worth paying the $10, $15 to watch, yo, go to wearecritics.com.
Yes, sir.
Or if you're trying to listen to an album and you just want to know, yo, is this even fire? Go to wearecriticsmusic.com because that's where you find the latest reviews and, you know, our thoughts and opinions on all these things.
Yes, sir. The latest news, thoughts, opinions. You can also we're gonna be showcasing all the Comic-Con events that we've gone to too. I'm gonna be posting up some pictures and a little bit of videos, interviews, and things like that, so you guys can follow us and see everything that we got going on throughout the year.
Yeah, man. We also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify,
iTunes.
We everywhere.
Podbean.
Google Play, bro. Like, we're everywhere. If you wanna share us with, you know, some of your friends, we're on the iOS podcast app. We're on the Google podcast app.
Yes, sir.
We're on Spotify, like mentioned. Look for Critics Talk, and you can always rate us.
Subscribe
on any
and
one
rate
of
us.
these shows
Yes, sir.
or platforms. Let's get back into it, Cleb. Halloween 2018, the last time we seen Michael Myers, maybe? You watched this movie. I watched this movie,
Yeah.
Cleb. Did you enjoy it? Because I'm going to be clear, and I'm going to say it right now. I wasn't crazy about it.
I enjoyed this movie. I am a slasher fanatic. When we talk about horror and what we love about horror and things of that nature, I'm the guy that absolutely loves, I love slasher horror, especially from the 80s. Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm about the guy chasing you through the woods with the hatchet. That's me. That's what I love. And I feel like this new version of Halloween brought that back.
It did. I give you that. It did feel like a 80s movie when it comes to like the classic slashing.
It brought that back. No rhyme or reason. Pure evil. This guy's coming for everybody. Look out. If you're there, you're next. That's what I love. I'm upset because so many people that went to go see this movie are treating this movie like it was supposed to be Oscar nominated.
No.
And it didn't bring. I don't know what they were going to look for.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I didn't get from people, right? Because like I watched it with a group of friends, and they weren't wild about it, just like I wasn't. But like at least I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah,
it's just this crazy ass dude with a knife who about to slash and stab everybody, and that's what he did.
And I think that it serves as a great continuation. You know, like the only thing that was missing from this for me was the original Dr. Loomis. Other than that, I loved it.
They shout him out though.
Yeah, and they use his voiceover and things of that nature. But I feel like it was done well. Like I didn't skip a beat for me. The only thing I didn't like was the ending because although it was a 40-year reunion and they're looking to cash out on this thing, I really wasn't looking for any more. And I feel like they left a cliffhanger for us, even though like I really think it should have just ended right then and there.
Yeah, I felt like. Listen, spoiler alert. You can skip 5 minutes if you don't want to hear this. But real quick, we didn't see Michael die on camera. And the fact in these movies, if you don't see the person die on camera, guess what that means? Person didn't die.
Period.
So I'm guessing Michael will come back. I don't know how, because, that trap she set, bro, she was planning that for like 40 years.
Yeah, she was ready to go for... for a very, very long time. I am like, no, I'm not saying I won't go if it's not done right, but you never know if it's done right until you just waste the money and go see it.
If the movie comes out next year, I'm not no part of it. If the movie comes out in 10 years, I'm there.
So you think it should go another? He's already like 63, dude.
No, we should make a new Michael. Now,
no more remakes.
No, not like a new Michael, but like make Halloween, but just follow a new fucking Madman.
The way it was supposed to be. the original Halloween series was supposed to be an anthology series, and they were going back and forth with whether or not they were going to bring Michael Myers back, which is why we got that shitty ass Season of the Witch. Shout out to Melissa from Hot 969 because she loves that movie, and I think that movie is shit, along with everybody else, because it has absolutely nothing to do with Halloween. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was their idea. They wanted to kind of turn this thing into an anthology, and you've seen how that turned out. And then we got Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So
I'm done with Michael Myers, you guys.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Put that Shatner mask somewhere else. I don't ever want to see it again.
I wonder if Shatner gets paid off of that.
No, I don't think so. I think because they painted and defaced it a little bit.
So he's missing out on all
different enough
that. That
people
sucks.
don't know it's actually his face painted in white.
That sucks.
That is kind of weird, but
You know what else is weird?
what's up?
The name that they use for Michael Myers
What is
in the
it?
casting.
What did they use?
For years, he's been called The Shape.
Okay, and this time around he used Michael.
No, he's The Shape.
Still to this day, huh? The shape.
Still to this day. I don't know why.
Were there any epic deaths that you like in the movie? Cause talking about epic deaths, hold up. I got to see a trailer. You know I'm not big into trailers, right? But I got to see a trailer for Happy Death Day too,
For
and I
where?
got super
Where-
excited.
Where did you see this?
It played before Halloween.
I didn't see that.
Bro,
I went to the screener.
I got
Fuck.
super excited
Fuck.
because it reminded me how much I enjoy that movie.
That
and
movie
I
is
did not
amazing.
expect to like it.
Listen, I said Halloween brought back the slasher. Happy Death Day brought back that old thing back. I loved
Groundhog Day.
Happy Death
times
Day.
Halloween, bro. I'm so happy for. I think it
Is it
comes
the
out
same
in
girl?
February. Huh?
Is it the same girl?
It's the same girl, same cast. Most of them are back. She's stuck in
Yes.
another loop.
Yes.
Like yo, shout out to them, bro. Like you could go back to a few episodes back to when we review this movie, and you could hear us. We were excited then. I'm even more excited now.
Oh man, why is this not around?
But Clep. So yeah, real quick. Any favorite deaths that you saw in Halloween 2018?
I think my favorite one was the one where the lady was in the window and he just fucking comes in the house and grabs
From
her from the back.
behind
Yeah,
her.
like out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like, there was. Oh no. Probably the kid.
Which kid?
The
Her
li-
friend?
the
The
li-
friend?
no, the little kid that was looking for
Oh,
his
he
dad.
was amazing.
Dude,
bro.
I was like, that was so
Oh,
unexpected.
that kid. Okay.
was so
I thought you meant
unexpected.
the other kid that was getting babysat.
Oh no,
He
no,
was
no.
awesome, bro.
Nah, the kid who was looking for his dad.
Yes, at
like,
the beginning.
because
yes.
growing up watching these movies, there were always like certain rules, and one of the rules was these guys never killed children. Freddy's never killed children. Jason's never killed children. I've never seen Michael Myers kill a child until that moment.
He killed a lot of teenagers.
Yeah, but he never killed kids, and to see that was like a shock. I was like, whoa, this movie's not playing around. So
I like that dude that got it in the neck and he left him hanging on the wall of the kitchen.
yeah,
Because he was annoying as shit and I didn't like him.
damn.
Yeah, I guess that was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
uh,
Yeah. You
thing
know.
for
You
me.
want to know what's? Let's get into this movie like a little deep. Did you feel like there was like a social agenda going on in this movie?
Which is?
They were empowering the women. Shout out to
I
that.
mean, horror movies always do that.
Yeah,
it's
but-
all about the final girl.
But the dudes were like straight pussy. Every guy in that movie was straight pussy. Look at the way they were. Like they had like the long hair. They're all like, the one guy didn't even want to go save the girl. Like he didn't want to go look for her. Like everybody else was like tough.
Yeah.
And all the teen guys were like pussy. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, I got that.
To me, like horror movies has always been about.
Yeah, it's always a
It's
female
all about
survivor.
the Scream Queen.
Always
yeah.
a female survivor
It's
in every
always
movie.
about her, and this just continue the legacy.
There were no tough guys in this movie except Michael. He was the toughest
No.
guy.
Well, I mean the sheriff.
He was even shook too.
Wouldn't you be,
He
son?
was shook as hell.
You saw what happened in the '60s,
Yeah, he was shook as hell.
and he's now older, bro. Anyways, nah, man.
He was.
Listen, I don't
he
wanna
was
see no more-
tougher than Punisher.
I enjoyed Halloween 2018 for what it was. I still like the Rob Zombie one better. The first one.
I watched the Rob Zombie one last night. It was on TV, and I fucking hated it.
Oh.
I used to like it.
Yeah?
I used to like it until I saw the third act when Michael had Laurie and he kidnapped her. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, what?
I don't remember for the knife.
I didn't remember that part. I just remember him being in the pool trying to stab her, and I totally missed that whole part when he had her cornered in the bathroom with the kids, and he kidnapped her. After killing everybody else around her, he kidnapped her, and he left the kids. He didn't kill the kids.
Okay.
So it was, I was like, oh, this was good until I saw that part again and reminded me, and I was like, you know what? No, the new one's better.
So
right
the
now,
whole movie falls apart for that one scene.
Yeah, I didn't like that because he's supposed to be brutal, lethal. Like the whole purpose was him trying to kill her, and then he kidnapped her and then showed her a photograph. He pulls out a photograph and tries to show her.
It's like, yeah, because they were like brothers or something.
Yeah, man, good. I mean, good effort. It was. I used to like it.
Listen, I don't want to see
like Joe
more,
Grizzly, bitch.
I don't want to see more of Halloween for a while. Even though, like, you know, the writing team did a great job in like reestablishing this as the new timeline. I don't want to see more of it. Even though, like I said, we didn't see him die. He might come back. And even at the last scene we got, the last shot was homegirl holding his knife. So maybe, you know what I mean, they just trying to plant some stuff for the future. But I'm all set. Yo, Clem, that's it for Halloween.
Yeah.
But let's talk about A Quiet Place 2, brother.
Woo.
John Krasinski is currently writing it. Did you enjoy A Quiet Place?
I was like in the 50-50 range with it. It was okay to me. I didn't like how quiet it was because there's like 30 minutes of silence like in the beginning of the movie just before anything happens, and I was just kind of bothered by that because you can actually hear people chewing in the theater. Yeah. It was just too much. The concept was ill. It executed well. I do warrant a sequel because I feel like having a sequel will make me like the original better. I
don't want a sequel. I want a prequel.
Prequel?
Yeah, I don't, because at the end of the movie, they kind of solved the problem.
Maybe it is going to be a prequel. Maybe
they solved the problem. I want to see stories from other characters within this universe.
How about same time?
Concurrent?
Parallel, yeah. Different place.
I could do that.
Different place.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I'm a fan of Jim from The Office. You know.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him as Jack. What is it? Jack Reacher? Is it not? It's not Jack Reacher. What's his? Jack Ryan.
Yeah, Jack Ryan.
I haven't watched his version of Jack Ryan now on Amazon. I heard it's dope though.
To take him as a tough guy. I don't know.
Nah, I heard he's dope. I heard you watch one episode and you're done with that.
It's the beard.
But yeah, man, shout out to him. In other news, LeBron James wants to produce a new Friday the 13th. How do you feel about this?
I feel like he's just blowing smoke, man. He's just doing whatever he can to keep his name in the film world. I mean, he already gave us a promise of an interest in the House Party remake, and we haven't seen anything from that. I don't know. Like, he's just doing a lot of talking, not a lot of producing. And especially like being a new production company, you want to be known for remakes. Like, let's get some new stuff.
Yeah, bro. Just take care of that Space Jam 2,
which is another remake.
Make it great, and that's it. I don't want to see you do Friday the 13th. I mean, he probably won't be in it, but like, what's your pedigree, bro? Like, what do you bring to the table? Like, money?
His name.
That's it.
That's all. Yeah. I mean, he's got Survivor's Remorse on Stars. And
is it any good?
It's a basketball drama TV show, kind of like Ballers, that type of deal, about a guy who gets on and his family and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's been on for a while, so it's doing its thing. But I'm just over that. Like, I mean, it's. I feel like that's a cop out. As a new movie production company, you don't want to jump into the game doing remakes. Like, you're like trying to get popping off of some shit that's already popped. Come in the game and be more creative. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, these are some really dope classics you're talking about. House Party, come on. That's like when you talk black films in the early 90s, hip hop, that's like one of the first ones that comes to thought. You know, then you got Friday the 13th, which is the iconic horror movie that could ever be made. Dude, I'd rather see them, bring something else to the table.
Do something new, LeBron.
Go find a book or a novel out there that's popular, that deserves a live action version. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of animes, bro. You can remake.
No, there's a lot of novels, a lot of books, a lot of true stories out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This would do. Go get a true story and then have Chadwick Boseman play him. And you gotta hit. You gotta hit.
The Black Panther. Yo, Clep. So Deadpool 2 is getting a re-release. What's happening? Yo, we talked about this a few weeks back. You told me, Migs, there's a PG-13 Deadpool movie coming out in December. Clep, you lying to me, bro. There's no Deadpool. I haven't heard anything about stuff getting shot. I haven't heard or seen any promotional material. Clep, you lying to me. Little, of course, because Clep is always right. He was right. The Deadpool Before Christmas. I'm not sure if that's the name they're going with. But it seems to be a supercut, edited version, PG-13 version of Deadpool 2. And
do you want to know what's so funny about this? I honestly believe that this is a troll towards Disney. Like, I really feel like Deadpool, like, they're gonna do it. Ryan Reynolds, they're gonna do it. Director David Leitch, they're gonna do it. But I think it's like a shot at the buyout. Like, I think Ryan Reynolds is doing this to make a point to Disney, whether good or bad.
That it won't work?
No, that it will work. Like, I think he's just doing it to be sarcastic. Like, I feel like a lot of the scenes that are being shot and reshot are going to be in reference, you know how he breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
He's going to definitely be talking about the merger, and that is really what motivated this.
Listen, I'm more excited to see anything new that they do with this. I doubt I'll be watching this. Because if it's just a recut of Deadpool 2, I won't go to the theaters for that. But because there's so much other stuff in Christmas I want to watch. I want to watch Aquaman. I want to watch Holmes, right? From what's his face?
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
you know. I want to watch that John C. Reilly, Creed. Yo, there's so much stuff coming out in Christmas. I want to watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah. That's
you know what I mean?
Too. Yeah.
So, like... priority, Deadpool is very low, especially if it's just a re-release of part 2.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a re-release, but I know it's going to be a blatant edit. It's not going to be, oh, look, we just re-released the movie. No, Deadpool is going to make reference to the merger between Disney and Fox and them having to censor their content. And I'm so on board for that. Like, I know for a fact that that's what this is all about. It's a troll. It's a troll.
It's gonna be a troll that makes millions of dollars, Clep.
Yeah, it only makes sense. And this is the most Deadpool thing he could ever do. Ryan Reynolds has gone Deadpool full force since he did the first one. And when it comes to marketing and trolling, he is the king. And I know that's what this is all about. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this.
Yo, by the way, I love his commercials for that new phone game that he's doing. Bro, they're hilarious.
Yeah, they are.
They're all fucking awesome.
Well, now I must have to pay for that, huh?
I don't know, but maybe it's his company, maybe it's his games. That's why he's like doing it for free or whatever. Yeah. Yo, I want to talk about some casting news real quick, and then we're going to let the critics go because we already getting long in the tooth, if you know what I mean. Catherine Langford.
Oh, yeah.
Joining Avengers 4, untitled, by the way. We don't know who she's playing. We still don't know the name of this movie.
Yeah, we don't.
Why are they introducing new characters in the second film? We know her as Homegirl from 13 Reasons Why. It's basically her show. Even season 2, she was a dead character, but she still owned it. I haven't watched it, by the way.
She left the series.
She left the series, but she was on it for a little bit, right? Season 2?
She did season 1, season 2. She left the series, and then I believe that the show got canceled.
Ooh.
I don't think it's
I haven't heard that it got canceled, but it might be a great move. But yeah, Clep, who do you see her playing, and like, are you excited to see her part of this world?
I am really excited to see her be a part of this world because I like her, period. I loved her in 13 Reasons. I think she murdered that show.
Yeah, literally.
Murdered the show and herself.
Bunch of people died.
She murdered the show and herself. But there's rumors, and I believe this rumor.
Oh God, I probably don't want to hear this.
Well, I believe that. Well, they're saying that she may be Kate Bishop, which is the other version of Hawkeye, who gets trained by the original Hawkeye. So he's Ronin at this point, and he's not Hawkeye anymore. But he finds a worthy. Did you also hear that he's getting his own series
on Disney?
Yeah, on the Disney.
On the streaming
so
service.
He's supposed to be getting his own,
sense.
and it's an origin-esque training new person
Okay.
Series type deal.
So Kate Bishop.
So that's what people were throwing out there. I believe it might be true.
Okay.
I believe that she may be Kate Bishop. So
that's good, but introducing her in Avengers 4, like, what is she ever gonna do?
Maybe it's just a short little cameo. Maybe that's when he meets her.
Okay.
And then his show will be. So it's fair to say Hawkeye's safe. No snapping for him.
Okay, he made it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll find out who she plays in March, right? When's Avengers 4? June? July?
No,
May?
May 3rd.
Can it be like tomorrow? Because
dude,
I want to get some
listen,
resolution.
And this is why I never believe in anything being leaked by accident. Do you see how tight knit Avengers 4 is?
What you mean?
We're getting new cast members added, and we still don't even know what the name of the movie is.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't want you to know, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
So then when people are like, "Oh yeah, we leaked the trailer,"
Annihilation, Endgame, we still don't know.
We still don't even know. We've heard multiple names, and no one knows for sure. We don't even know when the trailer's coming. We don't even know the full cast.
Oh, the trailer is coming probably a week before Captain Marvel.
I've heard Captain Marvel's already been out.
No, Captain Marvel the movie comes out.
No, the trailer's coming in November. It's gonna come in November.
No way.
Yeah, that's when Infinity War dropped. Last November.
Yeah, but no. I don't know.
It's coming in November. Here first. I predict it's coming in November. Before Christmas, before the end of the year, before December, we're gonna get the new Avengers title and trailer.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
November.
It's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off.
Oh, it's gonna pay off. I just never seen anything so secretive in my life. I love it. At the same time, it's just I'm shocked that they've been able to go this long.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
Well, there you have it.
We don't even know who's in the movie.
Second casting news, Clep.
Uh-oh.
I want to talk about Naomi Watts getting cast as the lead for the Game of Thrones spin-off series coming to HBO. Now, it probably won't be next year because next year we getting the final season of Game of Thrones.
Do we have a name for this spinoff yet?
I believe it's called The Age of Heroes.
Yeah, they have it as untitled. Jane Goldman.
It might be, yeah. I think that's the story they're going with. The Age of Heroes, which is like thousands of years prior to the events of Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Yeah. So we won't see any characters returning or anything like that. But Naomi Watts is a huge cast.
Now, do you think the spin-offs are going to do as well as the original?
No, absolutely not.
No?
No. I think what they're doing with Game of Thrones is smarter than what AMC is doing with Walking Dead, which is like they're just going to end it, and hopefully they can catch lightning in a bottle once again within that universe. But they don't want to outstay their welcome. Because, you know, I read the books. There's so much more they could have done with Game of Thrones. Like within each season. Like they could have pushed out each season from 10 episodes to 15, 16, and, you know, spent a few years on each book, and it would have been fine. But they didn't want to outstay their welcome, and I understand. I want to see more Game of Thrones, of course. It's a great world. It's a very interesting world. I want that last book, George. That's what I want you to do. I want you to release that before you croak, dude. You're old and out of shape, but stay healthy. Give us that last book.
Well, I'm not a Thrones fan, so I won't be looking for that.
Yeah. Clep, before we go, first, I just wanna send out some positive vibes towards someone who I haven't been a huge fan of in the past.
Who's that?
I'm talking about Roman Reigns, Clep.
Oh,
Roman
man.
Reigns, the character itself, I was never a fan, but like the dude who portrays him, Joe Anoa'i, whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I butcher his name, but homie, this week he relinquished the belt.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Universal Champion. He shared with us, he's fighting leukemia.
Yeah, and I'm a wrestling fan, but I've never been diehard enough to be like, fuck Roman Reigns. I just didn't understand why there was ever so much hate.
I boo the shit out of Roman.
I just don't understand why people boo him so much.
Because he gets treated like Superman, and you can't be Superman all the time.
But
even Superman has a kryptonite.
But it's interesting to see how many people have like turned.
Oh, dude, Roman's gonna come back, and he's gonna be love like never before.
Do you think this is part of Vince's storyline?
No, shut up, Cleb. No, this is real life.
How do we know
dude
this?
Fighting.
This is show business.
No, dude, this is real life,
Okay.
dude. They wouldn't play games like this. This is a real life dude fighting a life-threatening disease.
Damn.
And I'm out here sending some positive vibes. And
So then this is just God's work, helping this man.
Oh, he's pushing Roman.
Because when he comes back, this guy's gonna be bigger than The Rock.
Bro, the pop when he comes back, it's gonna be unbelievable. Like something we've never seen. Dude, for the first time ever last night, he got Roman chance. He's never gotten Roman chance, and he wasn't even there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's so weird. Like, people have shit. You got to tell them you're dying before they love you. Like,
Yeah, no, listen. Like I said, I've never been a fan of the character, but
No
I
one.
appreciate everything he did as a wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's not his fault. Like, they think he's the one. You know what I mean? Like, to me, he'll never be the one.
I think he will be now.
No. To me, he'll never be that person.
Yeah.
But he's being treated like that person. But when he comes back, people want him to be fine, and that's exactly what I want the dude to live. I don't want.
I think I think when he comes back, he's gonna come back with a whole new look.
I don't know. I feel
Whole
like there's
new
a
look.
lot of money in the Roman look.
He's gonna cut his hair.
Nah.
Dude.
Oh, he's coming bald.
He might not come bald.
Fresh out of
He might
chemo?
buzz it up. He's definitely coming back with a new look.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, shout out to Roman Reigns. Club, you want to...
Shout out to Evolution, man.
Evolution was great. Yeah,
Yeah,
WWE doing big things this year. Although I don't agree with anything they're doing at WWE Crown Jewel, but, I don't even want to get political.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Club, leave the critics with a little something, man.
All right, before we get out, you know what it is. As always, we need y'all to wake up, be passionate, create, and repeat. Critics Talk.
We out.
Peace.